It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. And tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Sacramento Kings out at Golden One Center. Looking at the Kings, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And what a beginning to the season. We've had some amazing plays, some huge games. Shaq, for the teams that have gotten out to a fast start, how do they go about maintaining that momentum?
Well, it's called PPM, Ernie. Perseverance, physically and mentally. Put your hands up, Ernie. Put your hands up, Kenny.
Okay.
Touch it.
All right.
Join hands. You just got to ride the wave and don't overthink it. Bring it back, Kenny. Oh, there you go. Ride the wave. Don't overthink. One last time. Ride the wave. There you go.
Oh,
Bring it back. Yeah. And
I think
then
I
ride
get it.
the wave. Yeah.
I got it.
Good.
I call my hands.
What
Ernie.
does that have to do with maintaining that momentum?
You got to ride the wave, Ernie.
Oh, okay.
That's the point I was trying to make.
Well,
Have you got something that doesn't require physical demonstration?
Well, I just say that your hands were very soft. I just want to say that you do a good job of moisturizing.
Moisturizing.
Yeah,
yes.
you do. And
You know
I think
what it was? It was some of that Gold Bond. Man up, Ernie.
Oh my goodness, man. Well, let's just keep improving and see what happens.
Let's go courtside. Kevin Harlan has the call.
Welcome, everyone, to another presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. The Philadelphia 76ers, they come in off a good outing against the Jazz in Utah.
Really an intimidating style of defense. I mean, they challenged everything at the rim, and that led them to victory.
Greg, they expended maximum energy, but it was well worth it. I mean, they earned that win with their defense.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. A look at the 76ers starting group. Redick Simmons.
And, you know, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane bounce, he takes advantage of it, really demonstrating how lethal he is in the air.
Now, here's Fox. No one near Labissiere as he lets it go. Misfires after coming off the pick. And for the Sixers this summer, all the talk was whether they'd get the Lakers pick if it fell outside the top three. They end up swapping picks with the Kings. who jump into the top 3.
Yeah, and the Kings ended up, Kevin, getting the Sixers pick at number 5. Still a jump from the 8th spot in the draft order, so not all bad for them. That goes back to 2015 when the Kings made a trade to clear cap space for Rajon Rondo.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
The Kings shooting their first free throw tonight.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
Free throw good, Fox. Clark, you've talked about this a lot, the changes, the biggest differences from playing college basketball to pro basketball.
Without question, Kevin, a couple of the biggest differences for me were the speed of the game and the quality of the players on the court. That was really something that I was aware of, but it hit me right between the eyes as I got going. And then the other thing was the traveling schedule. I hit a wall after about 60 games and was really a dead man walking for about 10 days before my legs came back and I finished that rookie season strong.
Now here's Fultz following the missed shot by Willie Cauley-Stein. 14 feet away. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Fox has got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Fox continues to get better from the mid-range just the way he wants to.
And Reddick kicks to Fultz. Johnson sets the screen for Fultz. Fox with the steal. Here's Carter. That one's rebounded by Embiid. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Simmons dishes to Johnson. And the basket is good. Johnson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
You know, Amir Johnson is a problem inside. A big, powerful guy who's able to use his size well close to the bucket.
Labissiere, the screen. Labissiere with the screen for Hield. And the rejection by Embiid. And Reddick kicks to Embiid. And for Joel Embiid, some real tough times to start his NBA career. Greg sidelined, as we know, for the first 2 seasons with injuries. And just when he got going in season 3, he was dealt a knee injury.
Yeah, it has not been easy. And remember, Joel Embiid is so competitive. You know, he came to the game late, but fell for it hard. And this is what he lives for, to be out on the court helping his team compete.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Embiid.
And, you know, Joel Embiid quickly emerging as one of the league's elite rim protectors. I mean, Coach Brett Brown called him the crown jewel, the centerpiece to their defense.
And Embiid drops them both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throws.
Hield kicks to Cauley-Stein. Shoots over Embiid. And Cauley-Stein with the basket on the assist by Hield. And with Embiid's presence now, Clark, opponents shoot a very low percentage around the rim.
Well, the best defensive impact in the league by the numbers, Kevin. And his 7'5" wingspan, a big part of that.
Now here's Fultz. He's coming off a 13-point game against Utah.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side.
Just a tremendous feel for the game. Simmons is so gifted at reading the floor.
So it's Sacramento now. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Fox passes to Labissiere. Takes the 13-footer. Fox, no good. The 76ers leading by 3. Fultz dishes to Embiid. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Lets it go from 11. Cauley Stein grabs the board.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
And here is Johnson following the three-pointer by Buddy Hield. Simmons. Second shot opportunity. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split between the two teams.
Well, you know, both of these teams know and understand when they face off, it's a very winnable game for either one of them.
T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for the 76ers. Now, here's Fox. After the miss from Joel Embiid. Three-pointer, Hield. Another three for Sacramento.
Fox is a willing passer, always looking to find his teammates.
McConnell with it. His last outing, he had 8 points. Johnson kicks to Embiid. It's hauled in by the Kings. Cauley Stein's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. They set the pick. Now here's Hield. He's covered by McConnell. Just 5 on the clock. Cauley Stein, a screen. A shot by Carter. Nobody around. And too long on the shot. Johnson, the pass to Simmons. They get a hand on it. Simmons against Carter. The wide open look here for Fox. His second miss, now 2 of 4 on the game. The 76ers trail by 3. Kicks it out to Johnson. Back to Embiid. And Labissiere sends it back.
Love how aggressive Labissiere is on defense. I mean, using that wide frame and long reach to turn back shots. Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm, high percentage quality shots, and really getting whatever he wants.
Here's McConnell after the basket by De'Aaron Fox. And it's Simmons penetrating. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Here's Hield. Here's Labissiere. He's off on that one. Good D by Johnson.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
No good from Simmons.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
The feed now to Hield. Good D by Johnson.
And that's superb defense in low. I mean, they played it well. It's not easy trying to alter these shots without fouling the shooter, and that's a good job of doing both.
Now, here's McConnell. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Johnson with a screen on Fox. Excellent use of the screen that time.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Carter outside. He dishes it to Hield. Cauley Stein with a screen on Redick. Here's Hield. Cauley Stein. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And the 76ers decide to take their first timeout here.
And one of the side effects of the Cousins trade was it did open up more playing time for Willie Cauley-Stein. I mean, immediately he was able to step in and fill those minutes and became a much larger part of their offense.
A platoon swap here for Sacramento. Then for the 76ers, Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Embiid. Robert Covington comes in for Simmons. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for J.J. Redick. Kings leading now by 5. Hey, Greg, when Cauley-Stein got those extra minutes after the Cousins deal, you could see a change in his play. Much more aggressive, much more confident.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it just takes a clear path to minutes to change your play. Cauley-Stein had been getting better and better before the trade. Having the team believe he could step in was a huge boost in his confidence and his play.
Now, here's McConnell. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Covington with the bucket.
Oh, Covington really is fantastic at getting his arms high in the air when he's attempting a shot inside. really gives the defense no chance to catch up to it or get to it.
Picked by Randolph. Shoots off the screen. It's good. Mason's got his first basket.
Right there, Randolph doing a good job opening up space for the shooter with the solid screen.
Now, here's McConnell. D right on him. Pass to Luwawu. Kicks it out to Johnson. 4 on the shot clock. And here's Covington from the arc. Rebounded by Papagiannis. So for Sacramento, their last game, a loss to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, nowhere near at their best throughout the course of that game. A scrappy performance, but in the end, just not enough.
Yeah, a lot of character on display, a lot of guts. You're right. Even as shaky as they were, I would guess they felt they let one get away from them.
Kings leading now by 3. Let's send it out to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Dave Yates. David?
I asked him what reasons he cited for their disappointing record so far. He said, it's not so easy to put a finger on. I think we may lack the killer instinct of some of the better clubs. We haven't displayed the confidence to finish teams off even when we have them on the ropes. It's been a rough year for them, Kevin. Back to you.
Rough start to the season, David. Thank you very much.
I can't explain what happened there, Kevin. I mean, he had the layup. Looked like it was a simple play. Somehow the defense threw him off just enough to cause the miss.
Randolph dishes to Jackson. Back to Randolph. Rebound by the 76ers. Johnson's got 6 rebounds here tonight, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul that goes against Sacramento.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
The 76ers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And Clark, a lot of former players had a specific instance when they knew they were special, the way they played the game of basketball. Did you ever have a moment like that where you realized that you could make it as a player?
Yeah, there was a time when that became more realistic to me, Kevin. And I grew up in Cleveland, and during the summers, a lot of the Cleveland Cavaliers would stay in the area and play pickup basketball to stay in shape. And I got a chance to bump heads with a lot of those guys, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow, Austin Carr, Dingo Smith, Mike Mitchell. And I was only 15, 16 years old. And while those guys were going at half speed, it gave me the encouragement that I might be able to get to where they were if I continued to work hard and stay healthy. So at 15 or 16, during one of those summers, I began to realize that I might have a chance to realize the dream of being an NBA.
Here's Covington. Sacramento making their last shot, and it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Anderson, he's checked in for Luwawu Cabarrot. Covington wide open. He fires, and he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. Covington's got his second bucket tonight.
And that's really good use of the catch and shoot. Outstanding by Covington. He's a quick decision maker, and he usually makes his decision as the pass is being thrown to him as to what kind of shot he's going to get off.
And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
Yeah, I mean, the way he's climbing all over him on that one, no way the officials are going to miss that.
Tell you what, he might have gotten that rebound and gotten away with it if he had gone straight up, but didn't work out.
Now, here's McConnell, guarded by Mason. McConnell kicks to Anderson. Stolen by Jackson. And the Kings pushing it up now. Jackson's got the ball. Pass to Mason. Bogdanovich against Covington. Here's Randolph. That shot, no good. Johnson with the defensive effort. 76ers trailing. McConnell kicks to Anderson. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
One shot.
Free throw, good, Anderson. And picks taken in the late first round can be a bit of a crapshoot, Clark. But Justin Anderson, taken with the 21st pick back in 2015, he sure seems like a keeper.
Yeah, I concur with everything you said there, Kevin. I mean, seeing him at Virginia, you knew he had the physical tools. It's just a matter of developing his skills and his shooting ability to be able to succeed at this level, and I think he will.
Covington kicks to McConnell. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for two. And the 76ers lead by 4. And so the first quarter is in the books. Philadelphia ahead, ending the first quarter on a 15-6 run. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils, both offensively and as a lightning rod for fans.
I think I'll forever be associated with Duke and Duke basketball. And obviously that's a polarizing topic for some people. They like me, some people don't like me. But I take a lot of pride in the fact that I went to school there, I got to play there, and I graduated from Duke.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
You know, and listen, I have the utmost respect for J.J. and Coach K and what they've done there. And listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and haven't gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been. I think it's about where he's going and what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
So on the floor for Philadelphia, Richaun Holmes out there with Johnson. Then it's Robert Covington. Then there's Anderson. And it's Fultz in at the point guard. Mason laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Mason's got his second bucket.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Fultz the pass to Holmes. Now here's Fultz, guarded by Mason. 4-3, Covington. Randolph grabs the board. The Kings trail by 4.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Here is Mason. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game.
And not sure what you can do with a guy like that. With his handles, he can just take defenders to school.
Now here's Fultz. Here's the pass to Holmes. Dishes it to Fultz. Takes the 13-footer. Here's Johnson, and Johnson with the stuff.
You know, you look at Johnson, he's in that upper echelon when you talk about offensive rebounders, so you've got to account for him.
Mason dishes to Randolph. Picked by Randolph. Here's Mason. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for Sacramento.
And one thing they can definitely improve on is their work from three-point range, especially from the corners. That's an area of the floor that has been a black hole for them this season. If they can start to get some points from the corners, it'll really open things up for them.
And he makes the first. And a lot of scorers in the NBA just demand so much attention when they have the ball. Which players you think, Clark, in your eyes, gets the most attention from a defense?
Well, I mean, how about the MVP of last season, Russell Westbrook? I mean, you can't take your eyes off of him when you're watching the game and certainly when you're playing against him. And you've got to know where Steph Curry is at all times, whether he has the ball or not. He's that dangerous. And James Harden is one of those guys who's a magnet for attention as well. And you always can throw LeBron James in any conversation about most watched players or most focused on players.
Simmons, he makes that one drop, only a second and 5 tries.
And how about the perseverance offensively? I mean, following up the missed shot, and that results in second and third opportunities.
Greg, you've often heard it said that sometimes it boils down to who wants it, but who wants it is also tied to putting yourself in position to go get it.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Redick.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Yeah, refusing to give up anything easy. Solid defense, and I like that attitude.
The Kings making a switch here. Fox is checked in. Puts it up off the inbound, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound. The dish to Simmons. Over Labissiere. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got 6 rebounds in the game.
And, you know, even with him struggling, they're still up. But they need him to find his rhythm soon.
Now, here's Fox. 14 points from him the last game against Oklahoma City.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
The 76ers leading by 5. And Redick kicks to Embiid. Now here's Redick, covered by Hield. And that one's good. Simmons.
Simmons absolutely in his comfort zone near the rim. I mean, uses his body extremely well and typically gets exactly the kind of shot he wants.
Now here's Cauley-Stein. He's coming off a 19-point game against Oklahoma City.
And he was also a big factor for them defensively. I think he tallied 4 blocks in the game.
And that one, good.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Fultz the pass to Embiid. And the wide open shot from Redick. Good on the 3-point shot. And the 76ers lead by 8.
And we've seen this offense step back into 3-point land a little bit more in this quarter.
For better or worse, and it looks like the latter. I mean, those threes not really falling yet.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamorous stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
And Ben Simmons, who was the first pick in 2016 out of LSU, probably the most heralded player to come out of that school since the great Shaquille O'Neal. And I'll tell you what, Simmons has drawn some comparisons to some other greats, most notably LeBron James and Magic Johnson.
First one falls for him. Greg, the Sixers want to ease him into it, but they see Ben Simmons not just as a point forward, but a point guard as well.
And he's got all the ability. Think about this. The Sixers haven't had a player 6'10 or taller average over 3 assists since Wilt Chamberlain back in 1967. The second they drafted Simmons, you knew that would change.
And the Kings struggled last season, Greg. They did so because they just couldn't get stops in the defensive end.
And defense, something that this team will struggle with at times. A lot of it is they don't protect the rim or close out, particularly on that 3-point shot. And So much of defense just boils down to challenging shooters whenever you can. It's about giving more effort on that side of the ball. Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they've been a bit unlucky. Some of it is poor shot selection, in a slump, no doubt. But it can be turned around. They just need to find ways to score the ball.
It's stolen by Fultz. Embiid inside. Cauley Stein defending.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And they call an illegal screen here.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
It was very close, and I wouldn't mind letting them play on that one. It wasn't blatant by any means.
Now here's Fultz. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. And Simmons kicks to Embiid. Now here's Hield, covered by Redick. Hield with the bucket.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 13-5 run. And Simmons slams it in.
Really like the quick decision-making of Fultz there, Kevin. Excellent at surveying the floor for the open teammate.
And for Sacramento, they're shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here. Carter kicks to Hield. There's the three. Again, Hield missing.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Here's Fox. After the made shot from Joel Embiid, they set the pick. Cauley Stein with the screen for Fox. Three-pointer, Hield. Again, Hield missing.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Embiid with the screen on Fox. Fultz dishes to Embiid. The fader off the mark, and he's 2 of 8 for the game.
And sometimes, you know, you don't capitalize off a good shot or a good look. Still, you got to keep letting those good looks fly.
And Clark, as you watch the game at both the college and pro levels over the years, what has been the biggest change for you in your view of that?
Well, you know what, Kevin, there are a couple of things. The athleticism, the real emphasis on training and strengthening the core, meaning from your kneecaps to your sternum. The work that's done to train the hamstrings and quads and glutes and that core area as a place of power, as your center of power, is one of the significant changes I've seen, not just in basketball, but all sports. And it's benefited the athletes greatly and the overall athleticism. And then from a playing standpoint or on the floor standpoint, I think the three-point shot. I think that's been the biggest dramatic change in the game.
T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for Fultz. And he sinks the second.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
Now here's Simmons following the missed shot by De'Aaron Fox. Outside, Redick, 6 to shoot, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
And the Australian Simmons is a star in the making thanks to his extremely versatile and high-level skill set and big frame.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Simmons.
And, you know, anytime your game is compared to LeBron James, that's a heavy mantle, no doubt about it. But, you know, with Simmons' size and point guard skills, I certainly can appreciate where people might make that comparison and can actually see some mild similarities.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And Simmons at 6'10", a rare combination of size, strength, athleticism, and elite playmaking ability.
No question, Kevin. He's a drive and kick dime dropper supreme. I mean, this guy whips bullet passes with ease and great vision and plays downhill, too. The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now, here's McConnell. Here's Luwawu. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. And the 76ers lead by 15.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Timeout called by the Kings.
And T.J. McConnell, undrafted out of Arizona, but he caught on with the Sixers, and I tell you what, made an immediate impact. Standing at about 6'2" and just over 200 pounds, he brings that physicality at the defensive end of the floor.
Now, here's Fox. 9 points in the game so far. In it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game. And Greg, you were a defensive-minded guard. Do you see any similarities to what McConnell brings to the table?
You know, I love his toughness. He's got quick feed, a strong lower base, and, you know, he gets into you, and he racks up his fair share of steals because of it.
Yeah, he's building off that strong first quarter, Kevin, rising up and hitting shots with confidence.
Carter kicks to Fox. Cauley Stein a screen. Off the pick. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Really like how he used his body, got outstanding position on the boards, and then maximized it.
McConnell kicks to Simmons. To the inside, and Embiid throws it down.
And Embiid is H-E efficient. That's super efficient, folks. When he gets cooking, the defense knows they're in for a long night.
Now, here's Fox. 11 points in the game. They set the pick. On the wing, Heel. Covered by Redick. Here's the floater. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Luwawu, the pass to McConnell. Feeds it to Simmons. Here's Redick. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Redick's got 5 now.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
Fox, good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Man, he's got it going now. And when he's in this kind of a zone, boy, he's fun to watch.
Embiid with the screen on Fox. Here's McConnell. Got a hand on it. And there's the foul. It'll go on T.J. McConnell. That is his first foul of the game. Zach Randolph's checked in for the Kings. Bogdanovich comes in for Vince Carter. Then for the 76ers, Rashawn Holmes comes in for Ben Simmons. And Robert Covington subbed in for J.J. Redick. Left side, Randolph. Pass to Bogdanovich. Back to Randolph. Takes it from 10. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got his 3rd rebound on the night.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Now, here's McConnell. He's tightly guarded. Pass to Holmes. And it's Covington atop the key. Here's Embiid to the right side. Here's Luwawu, covered by Heel. Back to McConnell. Kicks it to Embiid. Passes it to Llewellyn. It's stolen by Hield. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Fox dishes to Bogdanovich. Labissiere, the screen. Here's Randolph. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Dave Yeager. Coach, what is going to be the focus offensively going into the second half?
Well, we try to go inside. You know, that's our strength anyways. And for us, you know, our bread is buttered inside. So we try to play high-low. And then if the threes come out of that, great. But we want to try to get everything to the rim.
Coach, it all starts with that entry pass to the big, and then everybody plays off of him. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome, everybody. So far, a pretty one-sided first half. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
That was the half of the super sub for them. A lot of offense coming off the bench, and that's such a luxury to have that kind of firepower available. There were times when the pace picked up when the second unit came into the game. And that's the best part, having a bunch of guys who's ready at the drop of a hat.
Shaq, how do you think Sacramento played?
Well, one reason they're getting roasted, a.k.a. blown out, poor rebounding. Way too many one-and-done possessions. I don't want to see guys dribble between their legs and shoot. Not enough fundamentals. Hey, box out 101. Maintain position 101. Learn how to play basketball 101. Things like that, Ernie.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
A lot of action around, as always, the Capitol building tonight. We are in Sacramento, and we continue here on 2K Sports. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. It's been one outstanding game from De'Aaron Fox.
And through the first two quarters, he was extremely aggressive, picked up a number of steals.
Yeah, a real game changer in that regard, too. I mean, his activity was great. Excelled at finding ways to come up with those steals.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for Sacramento, Hield is the 2 with Carter at the 3. Labissiere and Cauley-Stein are the bigs. And it's Fox in at the 1 spot.
Really sweet passing from Fox. He's a reliable floor general and has great vision on the court.
And you look at this Kings roster, and Greg, you can see the youth movement is in full effect.
Yeah, and Buddy Hield headlines the group as he comes over in that Cousins trade. Skal Labissiere and Willie Cauley-Stein, also a big part of this team's future. And then getting Fox as a rookie to kind of run the ship, another great building block.
Here's Fox. Markelle Fultz making his last shot. Fox kicks to Hield. 5 on the clock. Again, Hield missing.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far. And, you know, the Sixers were heavily criticized for the so-called process, enduring the pain of losing big. People forget the prior decade when the team tried to contend, only won a single playoff series.
The first one falls. And Clark, it's true the Sixers were a team long stuck in the middle. Does that help explain why they employed such drastic measures to rebuild?
I think so, Kevin. Clearly, they tried getting there the usual way when you try to develop players and maybe add a key free agent here or there, and it didn't quite work. And the process was Plan B. And that process has really started to pay some dividends, so I don't blame them for trying it. Well, there is a saying now that is pretty accurate. You either sell success or you sell hope. And the process in Philadelphia may have been hard to watch, but it did give their fans hope for a better day.
Here's Fultz. After the basket by Willie Cauley-Stein. Fultz kicks to Johnson. He feeds it to Fultz. Cauley-Stein against Embiid. It's Redick on the wing. Here's the three. They get it back. Embiid the screen. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. And a look here at the shot chart for the 76ers.
Well, I think a big issue for him right now is his performance from the mid-range. Just nothing seems easy for him at the moment, and it's resulted in a lot of missed opportunities for himself and his team when he's taken that shot.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Cauley-Stein a screen. Now here's Hield, covered by Redick. That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Hield. And through all the losing, the fans in Philly have been pretty supportive of the Sixers' goals to draft star talent.
Yeah, and you know what? Thousands of fans coming out to watch the draft lottery is an indication of how optimistic and behind the Sixers these fans are. I mean, trust the process has been their rallying cry.
On defense, Philadelphia, following the basket by Buddy Hield.
Excellent timing that time from Fultz, and I like the edge that he plays defense with. That's impressive for a young guy.
That mid-range jumper is just another one of his weapons.
The Kings trail by 13. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated. And well, last season for the Kings, they were in the hunt for a good stretch there early on, but kind of fell out of playoff contention and finally decided to pull the trigger and trade DeMarcus Cousins. It marked a major direction change that this team, I think, wanted to make.
And some changes here for the Kings. Yorgos Papagiannis is checked in for Skal Labissiere. Jackson comes in for Hield, and it's Mason in for Fox. The 76ers also with a sub. Justin Anderson, he's checked in for Ben Simmons. Carter with the three. The shot comes out, so Philadelphia will take it the other way. And the Cousins deal, Greg, has really been examined, but what is clear is that the Kings wanted to get younger and start rebuilding.
And you can argue if the trade was the right move or not, but management felt it was. The team's thinking was they wanted to change the atmosphere of the locker room, fully committed to bringing in youth and doing things from the ground up.
Here's Papagiannis. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Cauley-Stein a screen. Here's Mason. Here's Papagiannis. Johnson with the block.
Excellent defensive commitment that time from Johnson. He's always there and present.
Embiid sets the pick for Fultz. Inside from 11 feet away, and the 76ers tack on two more.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
Mason the pass to Cauley-Stein. Jackson setting the pick here for Cauley-Stein. Cauley-Stein a screen. Puts it up from 12. Shoots over Embiid. Cauley-Stein's shot is good. Cauley-Stein's got 13 points.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Embiid with a screen on Mason. Fultz dishes to Embiid. And for the Sixers, a lot of missed rookie seasons over the years. First Nerlens Noel, then Joel Embiid, now Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but in many cases, I think they drafted them knowing they might be out of commission for a while. Still, I think the Philly fans probably hope not to hear the phrase foot fracture for a long time. Hopefully, they can keep everybody healthy and get this thing moving forward.
Two shots.
The free throw drops for Embiid.
You know, you got to love watching Embiid play the game because he has such great passion and really a drive to be great.
And so he hits both. And here is Mason. He's got 7. They set the pick. Jackson a screen on Redick. And the rejection by Embiid.
Solid read from Embiid there. Terrific at anticipating when that shot is coming.
The 76ers leading by 13. To the left side wing. Fultz kicks to Embiid. Shoots from the corner. The 76ers with another miss.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
The 76ers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Johnson the screen. Fultz kicks to Redick. Johnson outside. Rebound by the Kings. Papagiannis has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Jackson, and that one goes long. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Cauley-Stein's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Sacramento.
I tell you what, he was on a mission on that possession. Did not stop working until he got it up and in.
Fultz kicks to Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
And Embiid loves to punch it now. The defense can't let him get that kind of position inside.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And you see Markelle Fultz and how he plays. Wasn't as hyped coming into college, but he changed that tune after 1 season.
And in that final year, Fultz grew a full 3 inches. I think that helped move him into the elite prospect range. At 6'5", with that 6'10" wingspan, he has the special size that you look for, and really was the lone bright spot on an otherwise underachieving college team.
Some changes for Sacramento. Randolph comes in for Cauley-Stein, and it's Bogdanovich in for Vince Carter. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for the 76ers. Robert Covington comes in for J.J. Redick. Anderson against Mason, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim wrecker.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
And that one falls for Mason. Philadelphia leading by 8. Now Fultz. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. To the middle. There's the steal. To the paint, here's Holmes. Rebounded by Papagiannis. And for the Kings, they're shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And let's go real fast to the rookie leaderboard. These are the rookies shooting the highest percentage from the floor this season. The 4th spot held by Markelle Fultz. And, of course, Ben Simmons.
Well, I think it's safe to say these two have made the adjustment to the brand of defense being played in the NBA. Their shooting percentages are just fantastic.
You know, for the season so far, their efficiency really off the charts, guys. I mean, great shot selection, excellent composure as well. I mean, you really can't tell that these guys are rookies.
And that one falls for Jackson. And Brett Brown, such a great fit in Philadelphia. He loves the town, loves the game, loves to coach. He says about the town, Clark, it reminds him of his hometown.
Well, that's nice to hear because he does embody a lot of the grit that you come to know and expect from Philadelphians. I mean, it reminds him of where he's from. He's faced the media through tough times. He's always candid and forthright. And he's coaching with a long lens, as he put it, building towards something great. And, man, I tell you, that passion and enthusiasm just oozes out of him, which is pretty cool to see.
Now here's Fultz. He kicks to Covington. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Shot clock at 3. From downtown, Sacramento grabs the miss. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. Mason, the pass to Randall. To the middle. Got a piece of it. Holmes with the steal. Anderson kicks to Johnson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And that versatility that Johnson offers has a huge upside. He's mobile and strong enough that he can defend either front court position, and that's a great tool for any team to have.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Philadelphia.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
And that one falls for Johnson. So Johnson hits 2 of them. The Kings trail by 8. Here's the screen. Mason against Anderson. Mason kicks to Randall. Now the feed to Bogdanovich. 6 to shoot. Jackson setting the pick here for Bogdanovich. It's tipped.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Now here's Fultz. Johnson with a screen on Bogdanovich. Covington with the bucket.
Yeah, and off screens, he's really effective. I mean, he's very efficient in how he moves without the ball. And we know he doesn't need much time or space to get a shot off.
Here is Mason. 10 points for him. Randall. A putback.
You know, fought hard from start to finish on that play. Defended the shot and then finished it off with the rebound.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul. It goes against Sacramento.
And, you know, through the long rebuild in Philly, the Sixers' strategy was to develop unproven players and try to find some diamonds in the rough. Not a bad way to go when you're going to be patient. And Robert Covington might have been their best find. A very good defender at both forward spots.
First one falls for him. And Covington offensively, mostly a catch-and-shoot score.
Yeah, he plays well off others. His three-point percentage has kind of went south the last few seasons, but If he works on that, I think he's got a place with this team, or if not this team, then certainly in the league.
He hits both from the stripe.
Man, you got to love the intensity of Covington. I mean, he's a consistent shooter from beyond the arc, and he's a player that also isn't afraid to get dirty on the glass for rebounds. That's a nice combination, nice stroke, but still he'll do some dirty work too.
Here's Jackson. Johnson with the block. Here's Fultz, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul that goes against Sacramento.
And the one thing that you gotta love about Markelle Fultz is his versatility. I mean, he's got the size, the passing and scoring ability to succeed at either guard position. He's almost Westbrookish.
That free throw good from Fultz. And you ask the scouts about Fultz, he has the complete game.
You know, Kevin, he checks all the boxes. Athleticism, the size to play above the rim. And above all, I think the feel for the game is quite apparent when you watch him play.
Fox, he's checked in for Sacramento. Then for the 76ers, Ben Simmons comes in for Johnson. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for Anderson. Both shots good from the stripe.
Well, I look at Fultz, and he has perennial all-star written all over him. A fantastic playmaker who's really got a ready-made skill set for the NBA.
Papianis passes to Fox. It's deflected.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
There's the screen. Simmons dishes to Covington. Stolen by Jackson. Shot to end this cold run. Simmons pulls it in. Simmons got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Luwawu. He's covered by Bogdanovich. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The first free throw is good. Sacramento making some changes. Skal Labissière's checked in for Yorgos Papianis. And it's Buddy Hield in for Jackson. TJ McConnell, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Good on both. Here's Fox. 13 points in the game. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
1:58 left to play in the third. Offensive rebound.
Oof, this has been brutal. I mean, he still hasn't made a single shot. No wonder they're struggling.
And Luwawu gets it to go.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
1:41 left here in the third quarter. Now, here's Fox, guarded closely. Outside Randolph to stop the run. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Oh, they call it old school. That's what it is when you watch Zach Randolph play the game of basketball. He's got such great skill and touch around the basket. We call it the old man game, and I tell you what, he gets it done every night.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. You know, as you've said, Greg, all the time, Zach Randolph can roll out of bed and get you 20.
I mean, he's just a natural scorer. He can post up, he can face up, and he just stays with it. An excellent offensive rebounder. This guy just has that nuance to his game that's made him so effective.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Now, here's McConnell. Here's Simmons. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. And we'll get a look here at where the shots have been coming from for him.
And it's been bad news for them in the mid-range game so far. The looks they've been getting aren't the worst in the world, but every shot seems to find a way to rim out, and it's cost them in a major way. Some more ball movement and looking at attacking the basket might be the best way for them to shake things up.
The Kings trail by 16. Fox with it. He's got 13. Randolph inside, and the shot goes in. Randolph's got 4 this quarter.
He might not elevate like some of the other guys on the court, but as we've learned, Randolph knows how to get the ball in the basket.
Now here's Covington. He's got 8. The pass to McConnell. Just 5 on the clock. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. McConnell's got 6.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't back down from anybody, Greg. Effective at getting the room he wants and then gets his shot off in time.
Now, here's Fox. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Randolph sets a screen for Bogdanovich. Kept alive by Sacramento.
And that's a good job of just getting after it on the backboard, gets him another possession, and allows them to run even more clock.
Great look, but he couldn't finish everything but, is how we say that. Surprising since the defense was very pedestrian.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. Back right after this. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Here's McConnell. So on the floor for Philadelphia. Covington and Simmons, the duo at forward. TJ McConnell is out there with Luwawu, and it's Holmes in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Holmes, that's a screen. Shot off the pick. No good from Simmons. Got a piece of it. The Kings trail by 16. Fox kicks to Randolph. He dishes it to Bogdanovich. Back to Randolph. Shoots over Holmes. Randolph can't hit.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. It looked like he forced the shot.
Now, here's Fox. Dishes it to Labissiere. They set the pick. Labissiere with the screen for Fox. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to go on Skal Labissiere. That free throw, no good. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Sacramento. Carter comes in for Bogdanovich. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Redick comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. Good on the second free throw. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Fox kicks to Carter. High post, Cauley Stein. Embiid's there. The shot by Cauley Stein, no good.
Now that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
The Kings trail by 17. Fox passes to Labissiere. There's the pick. Labissiere with the screen for Fox. It's deflected.
Boy, you cannot forget about the long reach and wingspan of Simmons. I mean, he uses it exceptionally well on defense to come away with block shots.
The Kings have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Here's Fox. And once again off the mark by Sacramento.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Here's Covington. And Labissiere sends it back. Carter kicks to Cauley Stein. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That's on Ben Simmons.
Shooting two.
The first free throw is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Simmons, a screen on Fox. Embiid, the screen. And stolen by Cauley Stein. And the rejection by Embiid. Redick for three. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Cauley Stein's got 14 rebounds tonight, going after it. Sacramento again missing.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's Simmons. The shot is good off the backboard. And the 76ers lead by 17. So it's Sacramento now. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Cauley Stein with it. Now defended by Embiid. Fox, no good. Philadelphia has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Embiid with a screen on Fox. McConnell kicks to Embiid. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And there was no effort on behalf of the defense, none. I mean, the shooter has to be upset with himself for missing that shot.
The dish to Carter. In the corner, it's Healed. 6 on the shot clock. Feeds it to Cauley Stein. And the rejection by Embiid. And now here comes Simmons leading the break. Good work defensively by Carter. The Kings trail by 17. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And the 76ers call time here.
And Kevin, they've been committing a lot of turnovers here. Taking care of the basketball is the #1 priority right now in that huddle. They've got to tighten it up.
And the 76ers with some changes. Johnson comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Fultz in for T.J. McConnell. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. He told them the lead we've got is good, but we can be better. Take it to them. Stay on the accelerator. Looks like he wants them to keep pushing it, guys.
All right, thank you, David. And here is Hield after J.J. Redick hitting the 3. Hield kicks to Cauley-Stein. Cauley-Stein with the screen for Carter. Over Simmons. Here's Cauley-Stein, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
I mean, he is just demoralizing his opponent right now on the backboard. They didn't want anything to do with him on that possession, almost like they were just giving up on the play.
Greg, I love his ability to carry his team for long stretches in games, and we're right now in one of those stretches. He's been doing this for a couple of games in a row now, so he's rolling.
Embiid, the basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 10 assists here tonight, so active. Now here's Hield, covered by Redick. Here's Fox, and he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
Man, I like how confident Fox is inside. I mean, awesome, absolutely awesome, getting good positioning close to the basket.
Fultz dishes to Johnson. Now here's Fultz. He's covered closely. Johnson kicks to Embiid. Philadelphia moving the ball around, and it's going to be a 3-second call. The Kings trail by 16. Now here's Hield. Cauley-Stein a screen. Hield with the bucket.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Philadelphia's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Embiid the screen. Johnson the pass to Fultz. Johnson the screen. And a wide open look for Simmons. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And Simmons continues to develop the outside shot. When he's connecting from deep, the defense is in trouble.
A pass to Fox. Hield sets the pick for Fox. Second chance shot. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
And they've shown a little extra hustle on the offensive glass here in the second half. Second chance points are starting to add up for them, and they can use every one of them.
Now here's Simmons. That one's not going to go. Carter kicks to Hield. Plenty of space. That's in there. Carter with the assist. And that's now 19 points for Buddy Hield.
In that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
Carter with it, now guarded by Fultz. Carter kicks to Fox. Back to Carter. Cauley-Stein with a screen on Simmons. Hield can't hit. Philadelphia leading by 13. Redick dishes to Fultz. Shoots from the block. Embiid, the pass to Fultz. Shoots over Fox. Kicks it to Fultz. Johnson up top. Simmons on the wing. Defended by Carter. Back to Redick. Pass to Fultz. And another shot. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And now the fast break. Fox with the ball. Vince Carter on the wing. Pass to Fox. On the wing, Hield. Covered by Redick. And stolen by Redick. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Fultz. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. but he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it.
Here's Fultz. After the basket by De'Aaron Fox. Embiid the screen. Fultz kicks to Redick. Trying to get back on track. Drills the three-pointer.
Boy, he's dangerous right now. He feels like he's making every shot he puts up.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Joel Embiid with a strong contribution in this one.
And he just keeps hitting shot after shot. They need to design a way to deny him the basketball. Make someone else beat you.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Joel Embiid.
Plain and simple, his scoring is what made him our pick tonight. Even when the D's giving him all their attention, they just have not been able to contain him. If they backed off him for 1 second, he made them pay.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. Robert Covington's checked in for the 76ers. The Kings trail by 14. Here's Fox and Embiid with the block. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. And so here's Sacramento. Shot clock at 6. Here's Fox.
And you know, Embiid is a decorated defender, a guy who consistently brings energy on this end of the floor.
Covington dishes to Fultz. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Just a touch. I mean, it seems like he's forcing shots a little bit to me, Greg. Not playing his game right now, and with every miss, the pressure intensifies.
Now here's Redick, following the miss by Labissiere. Covington with the bucket. The Kings trail by 16. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Hield, moves back up, and there's the nice layup by Cauley Stein. Cauley Stein's got 14 points now in the second half. Lobbed up there for Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
I tell you, Embiid's teammates absolutely love setting him up. I mean, they know he's going to finish strong every time.
Great way to see the alley-oop. That replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Now here is Carter. Labissiere, the screen. Here's Hield. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 14, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the 76ers.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Joel Embiid.
And with the way he came out energized on the defensive end in particular, getting a hand on a lot of shots, that really got them rolling.
Now here's Johnson, following the missed shot by De'Aaron Fox. And Labissiere sends it back. Here's Hield. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Good job putting the pass in front of him, throwing it where he's supposed to be, not where he is, paving the way right to the bucket.
Now here's Fultz, guarded by Fox. And here's Fultz. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. And we'll see you next time